Welcome everybody to another edition of Erik T. Jackson TV. I'm your host, Erik T. Jackson. I've got another senior here today that I know very well, that I've seen this boy grow up from a boy to a man. And we're going to discuss the stock market, real estate, entrepreneurship, his plans after graduation. And hopefully you guys will learn quite a bit about this young man and about finance. I'll see you guys back here in 26 seconds. Welcome back. We're here with a star here at Sharpstown. All-district football player. He plays for me for basketball. He's all-area track star. He's top 10% in his graduating class. Let me introduce you guys to Mr. Fechal Kouldati. Fetch, what's up, brother?
What's going on, Coach?
All right. So, Fetch, this is a financial education YouTube channel. So we discuss tenets to building wealth and how we can create generational wealth, right? So the three things that I like to talk about is the stock market, real estate, and entrepreneurship. Now, out of those three things, which one would you gravitate towards the most?
I say real estate.
Real estate? Okay, awesome. So, since that's something that you would gravitate towards the most, why don't we start off with that? So when I say real estate, Fetch, what comes to mind?
Houses.
Houses, absolutely, absolutely. And specifically, buying and selling houses, right?
Yeah.
Good, good. So when we discuss real estate and how it impacts wealth for our families, it can impact that wealth in a multitude of ways. So when people first get into real estate, when they get out of college, they want to do what? They buy themselves a what? They buy their own home. That's generally the first thing people do in their introduction into real estate, right? And that's creating wealth for their family. That creates an asset that can appreciate, right? And then they take it from there in a lot of different ways. But the first thing you probably want to do when talking about acquiring real estate is to get yourself your own home. So speaking of real estate, let me ask you this. When you graduate high school and go to college, what are your plans?
Man, once I get into college, I'm probably gonna be studying somewhere into business. So I'll probably look in more into the real estate and the stock market, honestly, because I heard the stock market been busting. So yeah, I'll probably look in more to that. And from there, we'll see how the story goes.
See how the story goes. Yeah. Absolutely. So I know people that when they get to college, instead of staying in dorms or apartments, you know, they get a little townhome, like a starter home, starter townhome, you know, starter little house, something like that. And that's the beginning of real estate portfolio. So don't just think that when you go to college you have to stay in the dorm, right? Because there's plenty of opportunities out there to acquire assets, you know, and they don't have to be expensive assets. You know, does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good deal, man. So now, since we discussed real estate, let's talk about another tenet of building wealth, stock market. Since you brought it up, when I say stock market or stocks, what comes to mind? First thing.
Investment.
Investment. Good. Stock market is definitely an investment. It could be a short-term investment or it could be a long-term investment. I'm a long-term investor. You know, day traders, swing traders, even options or more short-term investing. So when you think of the stock market, what's your thoughts Are you trying to be a long-term investor, buy and hold, or are you trying to be a short-term investor?
I probably say short term.
Okay. Is there a reason why?
I mean, honestly, because I don't think like it's something I put my mind to like to stay consistent with. So I probably say short term because I probably, knowing me, I probably invest, get a lot of money, and stop right there. That's me. You know, so
No, I get that. I get that. So you would be more into day trading?
yeah.
Okay, okay. You can make a lot of money in day trading, but you can also lose a lot. So it's riskier. So you want to what? You want to learn all you can before jumping into that part of the stock market, right? You know, like even as a long-term investor and deciding which stocks to invest in, I had to really study and become adept and build my own philosophy of how I wanted to navigate the stock market. You've got to do all that even when you're buying and holding, right? But if you're trying to buy low, wait till it gets high, sell, read the charts, if you're trying to do everything that it takes to be a successful day trader, you're really going to have to get into it. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Then are you willing to make that commitment?
Yeah.
There you go. Then I would think say that that's something that you definitely can do and should do as well. You know, yeah, that's awesome, man. Good deal. So let's take this minute to say if you like what Fechal and I are discussing, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and you will get more videos like this on a daily to weekly basis. Okay? All right, Fetch, now let's discuss entrepreneurship because that's something that this country is built on. You know, people think that the big businesses run this country, the small businesses run this country. And we're built on entrepreneurs. So when I say entrepreneurship, what comes to mind there?
Being your own boss, honestly.
Being your own boss, absolutely. Being the man. Being the man, the one that all the decisions go to and go through, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever thought about being an entrepreneur?
Oh, yeah, a lot. Because honestly, owning your own business, that's a big accomplishment, honestly. So it crossed my mind a lot.
You thought about what type of business you'd like to be into?
Shit, I mean, I thought about clothing brand, but then clothing is too basic. Like everybody does that shit. I mean, I've started looking towards something that deals with sports. Some type of sports program or sports, maybe a gym, maybe something.
There you go.
So I'm just thinking bigger.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there are a lot of clothing brands out there, and they don't all grow up to be FUBU and Damon John in size, but a lot of them are still very successful because, of the people that are behind it. Like, there's a lot of everything. There's a lot of stock channels, a lot of everything, but it's the work ethic involved, right? And a lot of times it's the people behind it pushing it, right? So, clothing brands can still definitely succeed, but also gyms. I played college football. I have a lot of former teammates that have gyms, so I know how competitive that market is, and yet they're all doing well. My brother has an elite athlete for a son. He sends him to gyms. My son goes to different gyms. So, you're gonna have to compete no matter what you do as an entrepreneur, right? But you just gotta figure out your niche. If it's a gym, that's awesome. I have a guy that I coached like 8 years ago, and he opened his own gym like last year or a year or two ago during the pandemic. He's doing real well right now. It's just about the person behind it that's pushing it. Okay, so Fetch, do you have any? I like to go back and forth. Do you have any questions for me regarding any one of these things?
I mean, when it comes to that stock port, I use Robinhood though. I use Robinhood. I don't know if that's the best platform for it, but I mean.
So you already have stocks?
I mean, honestly, I don't know what I was doing, but I just clicked on the cheapest number I seen. I see 3 something. I clicked on it, sold, bought. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing, but
But you're learning
yeah.
and you're getting involved. That's the first step, man. Robinhood is great. I was on Robinhood, not anymore. But I think Robinhood is great for beginners, right? And if you're a beginner, it's easy to navigate. It's cheap. It has a lot of stocks on there that you can choose from. So yeah, I think Robinhood is great, man. Good, but how much money did you put into it so far? Do you know?
I mean, I don't know. I've withdrawn at least $60 towards it. I ain't really paid too much.
Okay. Yeah, the main thing when you invest is to be consistent, right? Even if you don't have any money, if you got like $50, just try and do $50 a month. You know what I'm saying? If you got $100, try and do $100 a month. Just be consistent, and then you'll be surprised at where you're at the end of 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. You know what I'm saying? And the best part about you investing right now is that you have nothing but time on your side. You're not 45 like I am, and 30 years has passed. You're starting right now, and you have nothing but time. So that's gonna make what you have when you're 60 way more or way different than what somebody older has when they're 60. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good, man. Good question. So I'd like to get my guest to tell the audience something at the end of these things so they can maybe learn something that you've learned. So what would you like to tell the people that are watching today, Fetch?
Hey, tune in into them stock markets, the real estate, and the entrepreneurship. It could get you somewhere big, man. Honestly. Yeah.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Hey, well, thanks for being here, Fechal. My name is Erik T. Jackson. Appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, peace.